by Kia.
With Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Aristotle, Dr. Shaquille O'Neal. This is Ernie Johnson welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. And tonight, it'll be the Dallas Mavericks going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves at Target Center. For the Timberwolves, they are hungry for a win here. Last season, they got swept by this team. 4 straight losses, something they haven't forgotten. And Shaq, we're coming up to the halfway point of the season. Some teams finally getting into a groove after a somewhat shaky start.
Yeah, every year is different. Sometimes it takes a little longer to figure out. But what's most important is you get hot at the right time.
Oh, that's right. I agree with that. And you have to have a lot of experience on your team. And those guys know how to pace themselves. And you can just kind of relax. Quality veterans won't allow the season to be a sprint. It's a marathon.
Tip-off coming up shortly. It's time to send it to Kevin Harlan for the call.
Timberwolves look to take charge here at the Target Center in downtown Minneapolis. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony. We'll be catching up in a bit from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. Last outing for Minnesota, the loss to the Jazz. That one was real close, too. They lost by just 2 points.
And look at what they did in the fourth quarter. Just totally out of sync and lacking in intensity. And that turned into that huge comeback.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. On the floor for Dallas, Williams runs point with Matthews to his side. Nowitzki is out there with Harrison Barnes. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3 spot. Looking at Dallas, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Atlanta Hawks.
And they had to be sensational defensively on that night to compensate for the fact that they just couldn't find a rhythm offensively.
You could see them trying to find some sort of rhythm on the offensive end, but the more they forced it, the less effective it was.
Here's Finney Smith. Nowitzki outside, 6 to shoot. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Here's Williams, and off the front iron, and in it goes. Williams has got the game going here with the first basket for the Mavs. And you think back to 2011, the Mavericks win the title, but they let a lot of those players go to free up cap space and pursue bigger names in hindsight, Norris. Do you think that was a mistake?
Well, it's a difficult thing when you know a player is on the back 9 of their career, and they might have held on to Tyson Chandler. You know, he had some great years in New York, but I think they caught lightning in a bottle in 2011. I'm not sure they could have easily repeated. I understand why they decided not to rest on their laurels.
Now here's Wiggins. He's coming off a 16-point game against Utah. He feeds it to Jang, and finished off by Jang.
Well, late rotation by the defense, and Wiggins has the vision to find the open man.
Williams against Rubio. Unloads from 13. Taron Williams again. Williams has got his second bucket of the night. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Rubio dishes to Jang. Towns the screen. Wiggins right side. From 10 feet out. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
Boy, not a bad beginning. 3 for 4 from the floor. Pretty good start.
Barnes screen on Rubio. Karl Anthony Towns with the rebound. For Minnesota, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Matthews against Wiggins. Back to Towns. Nowitzki with the steal. Matthews with it. Now defended by Levine. From 10 feet out. And it's out of bounds to the Mavericks as Dallas retains possession. And here we can now take a look at how the ratio was between the 3s and the 2s last season for Dallas.
And they love to spread the floor with shooting. A lot of three-point attempts, and that's been the league-wide direction, and this group has been no exception.
And so it's Dallas with him. Trailing by 2. Williams kicks to Matthews. Nowitzki sets a screen for Matthews. The pass to Nowitzki. Fade away, and the rejection by Towns.
Well, that play is so much about his reach and determination affecting the game defensively.
Barnes passes to Matthews. Williams dishes to Nowitzki. Williams inside, covered by Rubio. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
And Deron Williams once in the conversation for the best point guards in the NBA. Doris, unfortunately, injuries have been a constant concern with him.
Yeah, I mean, he's lost some of that quickness that made that crossover so deadly. And he doesn't live in the lane punishing people with his frame like he did early, but he's still a master in the pick and roll. And when he's right, he can contribute at a very high level.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
Well, he's just got terrific touch of the line. We've seen that over and over again.
And Rubio kicks to Zhang. Towns the screen. Got a piece of it. Nowitzki with the steal. Matthews with it. Now defended by Levine. Kicks it to Williams. Here's the teardrop.
Oh, the 7'3" wingspan erases that shot. Nice by Gorgie Zhang.
And Towns gets it to go.
You know, the basket is good, but it's all about the assist there. That pass led him to just the right spot on the floor.
Williams passes to Matthews. Nowitzki for 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
You know, probably could have set that screen with a little more force, but it got him just enough room to be able to finish.
Towns the screen. Levine dishes to Towns. Good work there as it goes. Towns has got 6.
Boy, great footwork by Cat. He's really worked on keeping a wide base, maintaining his balance.
Here's Levine. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Towns a screen on Williams. And Rubio kicks to Towns. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
I think one aspect of Wiggins that really helps his game that might be overlooked is how long his arms are. It helps him keep the ball away from defenders when he's driving to the rim. The high release point on his shot makes it that much harder to contest.
And the first one at the line is good. And Doris, another benefit of Wiggins is his great length for his position. So it takes very few steps for him to go from the three-point line right to the rim.
Yeah, I think when you couple his reach with his hang time, you can see why he can adjust so many times in the air and still get off a great shot. It's really crazy to think he's a shooting guard with a 7-foot wingspan.
One added pressure, Doris, that Wiggins has that is unique to himself is that he carries most of the weight of Canada's international basketball dreams. He certainly is the best and the brightest for them. he's expected to lead, in fact, the country to a golden age.
For all the players that we have seen come in the league from north of the border, I think Wiggins has the best potential. And I think he's handled the extra pressure with ease. And it might have even helped him mature as a leader for his basketball team.
Whistle blows. That's going to be a travel.
That's two really unproductive trips in a row ending in turnover.
Minnesota leading by 6. This offense has really been clicking.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with.
Now here's Levine. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against Utah.
You know, the other thing he really did a great job with was the rebounding. So he contributed in a number of ways.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And he's been terrific, guys. I mean, the percentage right around 86%, so no doubt he's pleased with that.
Well, I'll tell you, 13th pick in the 2014 draft, Levine still with plenty of upside.
Nowitzki, no good.
Yeah, terrific all-around effort from the defense. They were not going to let him finish over them.
And Rubio kicks to Wiggins. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Rubio's got his 4th assist in this one.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
I think the one glaring issue with Ricky Rubio has always been his efficiency with his perimeter game. You know, he's never shot over 40% from the floor in his entire career. It's one aspect that if he could become consistent with, his game would soar to a whole new level.
Let's get some information from the 2K leaderboard. In about the last 10 games in the NBA, during that span, these teams have the most second-chance points in the league. In 4th, the Timberwolves.
Really something to see. Their effort on the offensive glass has just led to so many second-chance opportunities.
And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line. And with Rubio, his strength of the player isn't his scoring, but he does, Doris, need to be able to make shots at a rate where teams can't leave him alone.
Well, Kevin, I think he's improved that perimeter a game enough that on most nights you've got to play him honest. He's even shown improvement in his ability to make a three. He might have already reached his potential as a player if he can't find a way to contribute more with his scoring.
Can't hit from 12. Mavericks trailed by 8. Finney Smith passes to Nowitzki. Barnes kicks to Williams. Nowitzki outside. Launches a 3. Wiggins with the rebound.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
And Rubio kicks to Towns. Towns is doubled. And Rubio gets it to go on the assist by Towns. And the Timberwolves lead by 10. Inside, here's Finney Smith. It's not going to go for him. Wiggins with some nice D. Pass to Towns. Levine kicks to Zhang. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
I mean, the first thing you notice about Gorgui Zhang is when he's on the floor, it's his defensive presence. Very long arms to bother shooters, quick movement to stay and track drivers as they come to the rim. Such a force.
The first one falls. And with Zhang's defensive presence, Doris, he'll always find a way onto the floor. Everything else he does is icing on the cake.
Well, it isn't just protecting the rim that Zhang excels at, right? He also has great timing to deny passes and come up with some steals. He's carved out a nice role for himself in the NBA.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for Towns. Bielitsa comes in for Andrew Wiggins. Muhammad, he's checked in for Zach LaVine. And it's done in for Ricky Rubio. Now here's Powell. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. And he gets it to go. Minnesota leading by 9. Done with it. Bielitsa with the bucket.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Harris dishes to Powell. They set the pick. Outside Curry. Down low. And here we go. Muhammad heading to the hoop. Finished off the break.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Mavericks trailed by 13. Curry kicks to Powell. From down in the low post, it goes. Powell's got his first bucket in this one.
How about the skills of Dwight Powell down low? Hard for the defense to match up with his length.
It's Bielitsa. That shot, no good. And it's Dallas the other way.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Timberwolves leading by 11. Trying to find Muhammad. Gets it to him.
Already seizing control of this game.
Two teams in very different modes right now. One playing with energy and passion at both ends, and the other wishing for a reset button on this game.
Dallas calls timeout. And for so many players, the game of basketball is really a lifeline, whether to afford college or even beyond. And Doris, have you seen that aspect of the sport shape an individual's future?
No, I don't think there's any question. You can look up and down the NBA and every roster and know for a fact that the game of basketball has shaped the lives of these young men from the time they were in their earliest stages. I mean, for some, the game has been a lifesaver, no question about it.
Dunn passes to Bielitsa. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
I think one thing we can say for certain, guys, is the Timberwolves have had one of the best rebuilds in recent memory, and obviously it helps getting the top overall pick with Towns. But beyond that, they've made a lot of shrewd decisions.
The Timberwolves shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
And you can't award Minnesota anything until they show how far they can go with this core. But Doris, the turnaround for this franchise from where they were 5 years ago is huge.
Well, I think, Kevin, it started with the Kevin Love trade, which many media members criticized. They get Wiggins from that deal, and it's worked out perfectly for them. Now it's just a matter of continuing to add the right pieces.
Now here is Harris. 11 points last game. Three-pointer. Up again. Rebound by Aldrich. Timberwolves leading by 14. Now here's Dunn. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Takes it from 10. Bielitsa with the bucket.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Now Curry. He just could not put it together in that loss to Atlanta. Dallas again missing. A minute 42 left in the first quarter of the game. They set the screen. Here's Aldrich, covered by Bogut. 6 on the shot clock. Dunn dishes to Aldrich. And Zhang kicks to Bielitsa. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. And it's hard to watch a Minnesota Timberwolves game and not think of the late, great Flip Saunders. Doris, a great coach, as you know, and an even better person. He meant so much to Minnesota, both for what he did for the team on and off the court.
Kevin, it's rare when someone is universally respected, but Flip Saunders was, and he will always be tied to the Timberwolves.
And for the Mavericks, Doris, some tough luck with injuries over the last few seasons, sapping their strength come playoff time.
I think, Kevin, they need everything to bounce their way to make a deep playoff run. They're hoping the basketball gods are a little more forgiving this time around.
He's perfect from the line this time.
And trailing here in the early going, too many careless fouls, and they're giving up a lot of trips to the line.
Left side, Curry. The dish to Bogut. In the corner, it's Harris. They set the pick. Buries it from three-point range. He has 5.
You know, that three-pointer probably wasn't the first option for them on that trip, but good job to take what the defense was giving him. Coaches love that kind of decision-making.
Here's Aldridge. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Now here is Harris. We've got 33 seconds left to play here in the first. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession.
You know, looked like their guys, he just sort of wasn't paying attention to the play, his surroundings. Those can be costly mistakes depending on the game situation.
Timberwolves leading by 15. And here is Dunn. Where did that come from?
Holy goodness.
That was beautiful. Outside Curry. Screen by Bogut. Curry passes to Harris. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Harris has got his first 3 points of the game. And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. Minnesota on top, leading by 14. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And Dirk Nowitzki steadily climbing the all-time scoring rankings. He talked about the remarkable journey.
When I first got here, my first year was so tough that I didn't really know that I can make it in this league. To be named with all these names is an unbelievable honor, and it's been a crazy ride.
Dirk has proven himself through the test of time. As tough as it may have been back in his rookie year, he overcame those obstacles to become this elite NBA player destined for the Hall of Fame.
And people do talk about players being a Dirk Nowitzki type. You're right about that. And that's a type any team would like to have. One of the greatest power forwards in the NBA's history.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And a comfortable margin for the Timberwolves here, guys.
It's been about how solid they've been offensively here, really tuned in with one another.
It feels like these guys are feeding off each other, and that's leading to having some fun and coming up with big shots.
On the floor for Dallas, they've got Harris and Barnes. Deron Williams out there with Curry. Then it's Bogut, and it's Powell in at the 4.
And the defender was a little out of position there, sends Bogut to the line.
The Mavericks have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw. Doris, in the NBA, as in all these leagues, a lot of it comes down to the effort of the player. Which players in the league right now do you think have the best motor, have the most effort?
Well, I think the guy who missed much of last year, right? Joakim Noah comes to mind. I thought for so many years of those tough Bulls teams, he was the heart and soul, and a lot of that not only about his defensive abilities and passing abilities, but how hard he worked, the passion with which he played. Another guy that comes to mind, Kenneth Faried, right? He wins a gold medal and inspires a group who are far more talented just by how hard he worked.
And unselfish, too, don't you think?
Oh, there's no question about it. Listen, hard work is a skill, and it's a skill that should be paid well in this league.
Powell kicks to Curry. On the wing, Barnes. Clock at 4. Shoots. Cans the shot from the wing. Minnesota leading by 16. And Rubio kicks to Wiggins. Rubio outside. There's a screen. Pass to Bielitsa. Towns. It's good on the putback. And the Timberwolves lead by 18.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Here's Williams. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Williams has got 8.
A few point guards more powerful than Darren Williams. He can hurt you inside.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, there's a reason Dirk Nowitzki is still going strong as he closes in on 40 years of age. He said the summers are a beast. You get up in the morning, leave the kids, and go work out like a maniac. But I feel good. Trying to find a good mix where I stay in shape, but I don't overwork. Try anything at this point and see if it works. Kevin?
Thank you, D.A. A true professional.
Yeah, just a forceful finish there. Bogut has that natural power.
Towns dishes to Wiggins. Towns a screen on Barnes. Wiggins, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Wiggins has got 4 this quarter.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Dallas calls timeout.
Yeah, too many easy buckets coming from inside, and I think he wants to make that a point of emphasis.
Absolutely. Their challenge is to find a way to close off that lane without completely ignoring the perimeter.
Here's Bielitsa. He's got 7. Levine can't hit.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
He knows it. He just got locked into scoring mode and couldn't get out of it.
Nowitzki a screen. Inside, it's tipped. Rubio with it. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Utah.
You also have to credit his passing. He constantly found his teammates wide open, carving up the defense. I think one thing the Wolves will certainly be looking to improve upon this year is solidifying that defense. It has been a weak point for them in recent history, and they have the talent, to me, to play good defense. They just need to drill in the fundamentals.
And with the Wolves and their defensive problems, Doris, a lot of that comes from lack of protecting the rim. That's not just on the big man either.
Well, Kevin, you're exactly right, because putting up a lot of points at the rim is not just the fault of the 4s and the 5s. Perimeter players can't act as matadors and let dribble drivers in so easily. If opponents do get inside, everyone needs to rotate and challenge shots.
And he sinks the second.
And the Mavericks, in a lot of ways, a trend-setting organization, right? Active and passionate ownership. They've been at the forefront of the advanced stats movement as well.
Williams attacking. Nowitzki gets a wide-open look. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Nowitzki's got 5 now.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
Wiggins right side. Back to Towns. Rejected by Nowitzki.
Just great anticipation from Dirk, playing his cards right on the defensive end, comes through with the rejection.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Nowitzki sets a screen for Williams. Nowitzki right side. There's the triple. Again, the miss by Nowitzki. And speaking of the Mavericks' advanced approach, for these new owner and tech backgrounds, that's really a natural progression, isn't it?
Yeah, I think, Kevin, they understand the power of computing and technology to change for the better. And you run down the list: player motion tracking, measuring players' athletics metrics. The Mavs have these computerized balance boards I saw that measure how steady players are on one leg. And apparently, Nowitzki has the best balance on the team.
The first free throw is good.
Well, that's a plus to Towns' game, right? He was a great free throw shooter in college, and that's carried over.
No good on the second free throw. Well, as broadcasters, we get a view that maybe some fans miss as to how hard these players work. You've talked about this a lot, Doris. Behind every shot, every play, every dribble, so many countless hours spent in the gym to perfect what they're doing.
Well, so I would say an NBA game is 48 minutes long. And I would say probably for every 48 minutes you are talking about an extraordinary commitment in the gym. What Steph Curry does on a nightly basis makes the game look easy, when in fact, he's paid a price by the time he's spent, just like every other NBA player, honing their craft.
But I don't ever sense that it's drudgery to them.
No.
That they enjoy the game so much, like you, that it's in their DNA.
I think their passion and joy is evident on a nightly basis, and for us, we're lucky to watch it.
Isn't that fun? Oh,
yeah,
it's a blast.
no doubt.
Just a blast. Here's Bielitsa. He's got 10. Just 5 to shoot. A three-pointer. Wiggins. Dirk Nowitzki with the rebound. Fast break, Dallas. Williams leading the charge. Outside Matthews. Feeds it to Nowitzki. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. That one is on Towns.
I don't know how you couldn't admire the love and passion Nowitzki has for the game. This guy's a terrific teammate who just continues to get it done.
And Nowitzki is still a lead offensively. Defensively, Doris, how's he holding up?
Well, he was never the most athletic guy, that's for sure, and he certainly lost some mobility. But this guy is a smart team defender, and the Mavs will do as much as possible to mask any weaknesses he has so that they can get what they need on the offensive end.
Both free throws good from Nowitzki. Here's Levine, and he can certainly fill it up when they need him to. He's averaging almost 21 points a game. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Unloads, and he didn't get quite enough under that one.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
A beautiful touch from Dirk Nowitzki, so confident in that mid-range.
Outside, Levine. Kicks it out to Wiggins. They get it back. It's Bielitsa. The shot's good.
Hitting a high percentage of his shots. He's been a real catalyst for their success.
For Minnesota, they have gone 9 of 13 from the line. Some changes for Minnesota. Shabazz Muhammad comes in for Wiggins, and it's done in for Ricky Rubio.
One shot, find the lanes.
And the results for Minnesota haven't come just yet during their rebuild, but Doris, they have plenty of things to cheer for. This is one of the most dynamic and exciting offenses to watch in the league.
Oh, Kevin, there's no doubt. Up and down the roster, the Wolves have players that are always a threat to make a top 10 play. Wiggins and Levine, both some of the best dunkers in the league. Cat can do things most players his size only dream about.
Dunn kicks to Bielitsa. Shakes off the strong D and gets the bucket for 2. Bielitsa's got 15 points. Mavericks trailed by 21. Pass to Finney-Smith. Looks for Nowitzki, gets it to him. That one doesn't drop. Towns with the defensive effort.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Kick out to Levine. A 3-ball. Buries the long-range jumper. Levine's got his second bucket.
Well, spacing the floor with Levine hitting from range, the offense benefits greatly.
Williams passes to Nowitzki. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
But Dirk Nowitzki, obviously in his late 30s, creeping closer to 40, but even so, one of the toughest matchups in the NBA. His signature fadeaway jumper is impossible to stop. It's so good, other stars around the league have tried to replicate it.
First one falls for him. And Nowitzki with that blend of size and shooting ability, Doris, you don't lose either of those things with age, it seems.
I think, it feels like if he really wanted to, Dirk could probably play into his 40s and be effective. His offensive game, I know, is methodical, but it's as effective as ever.
Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for Minnesota. Gorgie Dang comes in for Bielitsa. And so Nowitzki nails both of them. And tonight's topic, the 7-game playoff series. You look at college, the one-and-done format does add some suspense, instant elimination. But Doris, would you like to see the NBA shorten the length of any of the playoff series?
No, Kevin, as you know, there was a time in the NBA where the early rounds were 5 games, so you only had to win 3. To be honest with you, I think the best measure of a series is who is the best of 7. I like the format. I know that we need to figure out maybe the starting date as moving that back a little bit earlier, but I like the playoff series as is.
If it is a 7-game series, it to me gives legitimacy. That's the team that should be moving on.
There's no question about it.
One thing you can't help but notice, Doris, with Muhammad is just how strong he is, listed at 6'6", which is a good height for his position. But he can bully everyone else on the wings with his strength.
I think, Kevin, he welcomes the contact. That's perhaps more important than anything. Muhammad is very good at absorbing a hit underneath and continuing on to get a chance at a three-point play. And he looks very much at home under the hoop, even when he has to try to outmuscle opposing big men.
Nowitzki's shot is no good.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
The guy, that's the shot he'll take, again, if he's given the chance. We all know he can knock that down.
Matthews dishes to Harris. And Matthews kicks to Harris. Sweet little floater. Harris has got 5 points so far.
You just love how Matthews distributes the ball, easily finding his teammates for open looks.
Dunn passes to Levine. Muhammad dishes to Levine. 5 to shoot. Chang a screen. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Here's Finney Smith, right now averaging about 5 points a game. The 3. The rebound by the Timberwolves. Chang's got 6 rebounds in the game. Outside, Levine. He dishes it to Jang. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And when you see Chang, you don't expect a player, Doris, of his size to be a threat from outside, but he has a very soft touch in the mid-range, and it's getting better every year, it seems.
Yeah, I think there's no doubt. Chang can definitely face up and knock shots down. Enough, certainly, to keep other big men honest when he steps out into clear space. And also helps a lot that every time he gets to the free throw line, he's been solid there.
So he gets them both.
Well, this was the match that everybody wanted to happen. A proven coach with a stellar track record pairing with a team full of young talent. Minnesota has got to be happy with the hire of Tom Thibodeau for a young core.
Harris kicks to Curry. Back to Harris. Three-pointer. A rebound by the Timberwolves. And for Coach Tom Thibodeau and the Wolves, it isn't just as coach, it's as coach and president of basketball operations. Doris, they went all in with Tibbs.
Well, there's no doubt, Kevin, and some teams might be hesitant to give that much control so quickly, but the Wolves were a team in need of direction. And when you have the resume that Tibbs has, it's certainly easier to give those reins to him. And also, they did what they needed to do in order to secure his services in what was a very competitive coaching carousel.
For Dallas, they've gone 6 of 14 shooting here in the second. There's a screen to the left side wing. Screen by Bogut. On the wing, Harris. He has 5. Screen by Bogut. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. And here's a look now at the shot chart showing the field goals attempted locations.
And this is an overall excellent offensive performance for him. He's not afraid to take the tough shots. He's getting open, working within the flow of the offense. Heck, he's been the flow of this offense, and he's having a great night so far.
Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Up top, Chang. Outside, Levine. The feed to Dunn. He tries for 3. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Dunn's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. The Mavericks shooting around 40% from the floor here. There's the pick. Curry kicks to Powell. And he can't stop the run as he misses.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
It's stolen by Curry. And here we go with Curry running it up the court. Muhammad with the steal. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
14 feet away. Muhammad grabs the board. Minnesota's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. They get the rebound. And Dang gets it to go. Chang's got 6 here in this quarter.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Screen by Bogut. Harris passes to Bogut. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And with his troubles at the free throw line, probably best to foul Bogut when he gets in close.
The Mavericks have made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line. And that one misses. So he comes up empty at the line.
An NBA all-rookie first team, then much later, an NBA champion. Bogut's had every other kind of season in between. Oh, no, he's the last guy you want to put on the line. You can just about book the points every time he steps up there.
At the line for your Timberwolves, Zach Levine. At the line for 2.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
The first free throw is good. And so Levine nails both of them. Now here is Harris. He has 5. Screen by Bogut. Curry outside. So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. Minnesota on top, delivering the blowout. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. Andrew, the energy and effort were apparent throughout that first half. How were you able to do it?
We had a good practice, working hard, really putting things together. Keep doing it, we can come out with a W.
Hey, thanks for your time. We appreciate it. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith, all set to take a look back at the first half of basketball. It's Minnesota out in front at the half. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, what do you think?
Their ability to get into the paint and get to the rim has been deadly, constantly attacking the basket. It was clearly their intention right from the start to pound it inside as much as possible. And I don't see them straying from that strategy in the second half. It's going to be another paint-based attack.
And looking at Dallas, Shaq, your thoughts?
Well, their sloppy play really surprised me, especially the turnovers. No matter who they had out there, they never seemed to be on the same page. Their only hope is to make every possession count, and that means taking care of the ball.
That concludes our halftime presentation. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the second half.
The buildings of downtown Minneapolis all lit up on this lovely evening. Welcome back, everyone, to the Twin Cities. Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first two quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. Here's Williams. Rubio and Levine together in the backcourt. Andrew Wiggins is out there with Gorgie Dang. And it's Towns in at the center position. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
A second chance bucket, right? You have to put a body on Towns or he'll devastate you.
And there's the pass to Finney-Smith. Matthews against Levine. Matthews dishes to Nowitzki. And it's stolen by Ricky Rubio. To the paint. Wiggins kicks to Towns. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Towns has got 16.
I love the aggressiveness. Taking shots in rhythm, hitting a real high percentage. I think the Mavericks, you look at a changing supporting cast around Dirk Nowitzki year after year. They've tried to find the right blend since their 2011 title. I mean, they've been consistently good, make no mistake, but never reaching that level of greatness.
And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Rubio outside. He kicks it to Towns. Unloads from 9. No good on that one. Nice D from Williams. Matthews against Levine. Barnes kicks to Williams. Back to Barnes. 4 on the shot clock. Unloads from 9. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Jang's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Rubio outside. Dishes to Wiggins. 7-foot shot. No good off the back of the rim.
Just wasn't very aggressive with the ball. Had a really good look at the basket and blew it.
Outside Williams. He feeds it to Barnes. Kicks to Nowitzki. Yep, that one goes in there. 13 points in the game.
Always the size advantage. The great timing as well from Dirk Nowitzki.
Outside Levine. They set the screen. Towns the screen. With the floater, kicks it out to Rubio. Another miss by Minnesota. Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, smartphones and other technology are ubiquitous nowadays. Clippers head coach Doc Rivers says teams do pay a price. Social media and texting has absolutely hurt chemistry, he said. He recalled his championship season with the Celtics. One of the best things that happened to them was during the preseason in Italy. The players couldn't get a wireless signal, and they had to actually talk with one another. Kevin?
Yeah, that connection between players can make a difference. Thanks, David. A putback. It's good on the putback.
I love what I see from him this quarter. Very decisive and very accurate.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Shot off the screen, and Matthews gets it to go in on the assist by Williams.
Everyone knows the catch-and-shoot game of Wes Matthews is lethal. Gives the defense no time to react.
Now, Jang. 9 points in the game so far. Back to Rubio. Pass to Dang. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. And that one, good. 20 points for Karl Anthony Towns.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
And you know he's not going to back down anytime soon. It doesn't matter if they're trailing or holding a lead like they are right now. He's going to keep pouring it on.
Nowitzki, the pass to Finney-Smith. 11 feet away. Karl Anthony Towns with the rebound. Towns has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Towns the screen. And Rubio kicks to Towns. Barnes grabs the miss.
Boy, he almost never misses that shot, guys. But you know he'll take it again if he gets another good look.
2 open that time. Made it look too easy. Williams has got 11 points.
Boy, that's shooting with confidence, accuracy. He's trying to keep them in it.
Rubio dishes to Levine. Back to Rubio. And Zhang kicks to Rubio. The jumper's good from inside 6 feet. He's got 6.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Barnes screen on Rubio. Outside Williams. Stolen by Rubio. Oh, here we go. Rubio's got it on the fast break chance. And it's good for 2. Rubio's got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Barnes screen on Rubio. Nowitzki sets a screen for Williams. Pass to Finney-Smith. Good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Williams has got his 3rd assist on the night. The Timberwolves have gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far. Here's Wiggins, and he gets that one to go off the front iron. And Dallas coach Rick Carlisle signed a 5-year extension last season. The Mavericks said they want him to be at the helm for as long doors as he wants to be there.
Well, Kevin, he becomes the 3rd longest tenured coach in the league after Greg Popovich and Eric Spoelstra. And the Mavs see him as a top 3 coach in the league. You'd be hard-pressed to argue with them.
Again, Wiggins missing. Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. It's Williams with the drive. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's on Zach LaVine.
Yeah, not a coincidence that when Darren Williams puts it on the deck, something good happens. That time draws the foul.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
And he's at nearly 90% from the free throw line this season, so having a terrific year.
And the first one at the line is good.
Now, such a tremendous free throw shooter for his career. Fouling Darren Williams is a terrible idea.
Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for Towns. Bielitsa comes in for Jang. Muhammad, he's checked in for Levine. And it's done in for Ricky Rubio. And Williams drops them both. So it's the Timberwolves now, and this is the first time they've matched up with the Mavericks this year.
And here we go. The first in what will be a 3-game season series between the 2 teams.
You know, right out of the gates, one team gets a lead with the head-to-head advantage, bragging rights, if you will, over the other. And tonight, it starts.
And he found a soft spot in the D on that possession.
And here is Curry. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Williams passes to Powell. 6 to shoot, and stolen by Wiggins. Made that one. It's his 7th of the contest. 7 for 15 from the floor.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
There's a screen. Williams dishes to Bogut. Feeds it to Powell. Dallas again missing. Minnesota's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Ahmed with it. 10 points for him. Wiggins outside. And the three ball is good. Wiggins has got 19 points.
Yeah, still working on consistency from range, but improved shot mechanics for Andrew Wiggins.
High arcing shot, and that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. And the Mavericks making a change here. Harris is checked in. There's the pick. Curry against Wiggins. Just 5 to shoot. It's tipped. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. We take a second here to take a look at the shot chart.
And as this chart shows, things just aren't falling for him like they usually do. He isn't ice cold, but nothing is falling his way, and he's become an inefficient source of points for his team.
Clock at 2. Bogut kicks to Curry.
Well, Wiggins' raw athleticism is going to make him versatile enough to guard a number of positions.
Powell, the pass to Curry. Ball's knocked loose. To the middle. Here's Bogut. And he gets it to go.
That's picture-perfect timing on that play on the part of both the passer and the cutter.
Looking to hopefully get something to drop for him at the line, missing badly in this game so far.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
On the free throw, no good. Wiggins kicks to Muhammad. Passes to Bielitsa. Wiggins outside. Down low. Aldridge the pass to Bielitsa. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. No good from outside. For Dallas, they've gone at a pretty good shooting pace. They're 6 of 13 from the field here in the third. Powell, that's good.
Yeah, soft-looking jumper from Powell. Really tremendous confidence from mid-range.
Dunn kicks to Wiggins. To the inside, Aldridge, and it's blocked by Curry. Harris outside. The dish to Powell. Now the feed to Curry. Back to Powell. Here's Harris. No good from outside. Minnesota's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Wiggins dishes to Dunn. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession.
And for Chris Dunn, you know, everyone told him to enter the draft after 3 years at Providence. His father, his coach, he could have been a first-round pick back in 15. Instead, he decided to stay one more season, earn his diploma, and I'd have to say it's worked out pretty well for him.
Screen by Bogut. Powell, the pass to Curry. Back to Powell. A minute 20 left to play here in the third. The pass to Curry. Fires from deep. No good that time. Wiggins with some nice deep. And Dunn, undergoing 2 shoulder surgeries in college, took a medical red shirt for his sophomore season.
Yeah, and that was on his right shoulder, his shooting shoulder. You wonder if he can get even better shooting the ball with time.
Curry kicks to Powell. Clock at 6. Harris dishes to Powell. Dallas again missing. Minnesota's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. To the middle. It's stolen by Curry. Here's Harris, and it goes out of bounds. That one off Harris. Minnesota shooting it well here in the third, about 50%. Dunn passes to Muhammad. Wiggins left side. He dishes it to Aldridge. Here's Dunn, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
I love seeing Dunn use his creative side to get these calls. He is simply amazing at putting defenders in a tough spot.
First trip to the line for him here.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The free throw drops in for Dunn. And so he hits both.
And Dunn does a little bit of everything out there. Scores the ball, distributes it well, and also pounds the glass aggressively.
Curry dishes to Harris. From deep. No good, trying to beat the buzzer. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. The Timberwolves on top, just dominating this one. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. Now let's hear what Coach Tom Thibodeau was reviewing with his team in the huddle.
Defensively, make sure we're all getting rebounded. No second shot. In transition, everyone talking. No open threes in transition.
And Tom Thibodeau wanting his team to pay particular attention to certain areas of their defense.
Yeah, taking care of the defensive boards, allowing no easy baskets on the fast break. These are key elements in terms of you having success.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. We've got Hammonds. Harris is out there with Anderson. And it's Mejri in at the power forward position. Dallas shooting 38% from the field. A pretty weak showing for them. There's the pick. Harris kicks to Mejri. It's stolen by Jones. The numbers in their favor. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
2 shots, gentlemen. 2.
Norris, you were a point guard. You put so much strain on your body with the quick cuts on both ends of the floor. It takes its toll. Is there a reason why so many point guards have had to fight injuries their entire career?
You know, I've heard these questions before about anatomically, is the way a player like Derrick Rose or Russell Westbrook, the way they play with the
torque. How about the torque?
The torque that's built up and the change of directions or the ferocity of attack, the lift Russell Westbrook gets. I don't know the answer. I think that there would have to be science to support that argument.
Now, you've got 2 bad knees, though, too, so
That's
you can
true.
probably speak to it pretty well.
I don't think there's an athlete in the world who doesn't have aches and pains once their career is over.
Pass to Mejri. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
That's his first personal foul. Shooting for Dallas, Sam
And the first one drops. And he makes the first but misses the second. The Timberwolves shooting has been fun to watch in this game. They're at 57%. Jones up top, guarded by Harris. Clock at 6, and the foul called on Tyus Jones. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, I guess when you're up this big, you can afford to get a little sloppy.
Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Harris inside, working on Jones. Pass to Hammonds. Dallas moving the ball around. They set the pick. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Kept alive.
Oh, nice play on D. Got that hand in the face and prevented him there from getting an easy look.
That's just great anticipation. Slid into perfect position to challenge the shot.
Hill up top. Here's Rush. He's covered by Anderson. From deep. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. And a moment now to discuss injuries, something, Doris, that all teams have to deal with, the most players as well from time to time. Let's get your take on what's the key to staying healthy.
Well, I think obviously most professional athletes realize that they have a limited window with which to make money with their body. And so if you are smart from the time you enter the league going all the way through your career, you're doing the right things. You're getting the proper rest. You're paying attention to nutrition. You're getting massages. You're going to the chiropractor. You're taking all kinds of both proactive and preventative steps to stay healthy. From a league perspective, this is obviously crucial because they know that the players are their most important commodity. And so you're starting to see individual teams and organizations track the movements of their players, both in practice and in games. That kind of data is critical because if you see somebody wearing down, if the data is in fact telling you, okay, Dwayne Wade has run far too much in the last week, let's dial back practice. Let's sit him one game. I think the key is just continue to use data and continue to use what we now know and what we will know in the future to try to protect guys. Well, the former 5th overall pick out of Wisconsin back in 2004, Devin Harris, still effective as a slashing combo guard.
And Harris, not much of a shooter. He's best, Doris, attacking the rim.
Yeah, Kev, I think we're talking about a long-limbed and athletic guy. And defensively, he can guard point guards and two guards. Good pickpocket as well. A lot to like here.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. What do you think is the most difficult thing about being a rookie that they have to face, Doris, in the transition from the college game to the pro game?
I'm interested in your response as well. I mean, the first two things that come to mind for me are physicality and length of season. Do you think that those are probably the two toughest adjustments?
Absolutely, but I also think that intangible is that being a what's it mean to be a professional? Because don't you think it covers the way you handle your off time, the way you practice, interact with the press? I mean, it's so multidimensional. Learning to be a pro just does not happen overnight.
Is there any better compliment in any field than to have someone say, that's a pro right there?
The best. Agreed. The best. And the first one drops. And Harris drops them both. We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in. This is to Rush. And Bain now top of the key. And Muhammad kicks to Jones. Shot clock at 6. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. The Mavericks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Muhammad covering. To the paint. And that one's good. Hammonds.
Boy, did an excellent job to hit the moving target with the lead pass. That was simply perfectly placed.
Here's Muhammad. Doris, offense up around the NBA in the last couple years. Do you feel that this is a good thing for the league?
I love it. I think the fans love it. You and I love it. The pace is faster. The shooting is better. The excitement level is through the roof. This NBA, what do they say? It's fantastic.
It is, but defense wins championships. Are you still sticking with that as a mantra?
No question.
Yeah.
Championships have
Right.
been defined on the defensive end.
Here's Anderson, and it's blocked. That's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. Shot clock at 2 from deep three-point range, and it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Minnesota's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Kicks it to Rush. Back to Jones, looking to end the drought. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
You know, this hasn't been his best game, but he's been aggressive, and they're winning.
Harris kicks to Measuring. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. Here's Rush. He's covered by Anderson. 6 to shoot. Here's Jones. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Well, Doris, clear that the NBA has moved more and more to being a league that uses the three-pointer to its advantage. How do you feel about that direction the game is going?
Well, it's exciting. I don't think you can deny. What I wonder is, are they going to have to keep backing up the three-point line with as far back as Steph Curry and these guys seem to be shooting it? You know, the geometry of the floor seems to be changing.
It seems that way. What would you rather see, a great dunk or just this outstanding three-point shooting of like a Steph Curry? I love the shooting.
I love the shooting.
I'm
with you. I agree with you that the skill level of these players is off the charts, and the fact that Steph Curry is literally changing the way defenses think about guarding. They're now not going to the paint to protect. They're extending to the three-point line. It is a revolution in how to guard in the league.
Why now with him and not with Ray Allen or Miller before him?
I think because of the high volume and the places on the floor within which he's doing it. As great as Ray Allen was, and he was and is the best all time in terms of number of threes made, that's not going to last long because Steph Curry's range is step across half court, and you got to check that guy.
And team success championships are following.
That's exactly right.
Well, we've seen this league grow year in and year out, changing year to year, evolving year to year. Doris, what do you think of the 3 and D player type of player we see?
Well, I think first and foremost, obviously, the three-point shot has changed the equation in the NBA. It's hard to win without it. But I look at a guy like Klay Thompson, who, when he came into the league, said he thought his ceiling was that he'd be a 3 and D type player. I think if you have those two abilities, then your ceiling is much higher than you think it is. To me, Klay Thompson has got to start thinking of himself as an MVP caliber player, because I think he is that.
You think it's a mindset then?
I do indeed.
What about the big player who thinks that way too? Now that to me isn't like the Draymond Green 6'7", 6'8", 6'9" guys.
Well, how about that guy? And there's guys in college basketball that remind me of Draymond Green, and what separates Draymond is his intellect and his willingness to say, I'm not going to let my size limit my effectiveness on the NBA level. I can play because I know I can pass it, I can shoot it, my vision is terrific, I can put it on the deck. If you can be a multifaceted player, you've got a chance to succeed in the NBA.
Well, that was well said. Count it. And so it's Minnesota with it. Following this one, they get to host the Rockets. And that'll be the third of the 4 straight at home. And Rush kicks to Payne. Outside, Levine. Payne passes to Levine. Offline with his three. The Mavericks have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. Just looking around the league, Doris, pick a few players you think are going to be the face of the NBA over the next couple years.
Well, Anthony Davis comes to mind, certainly the brow.
Good choice.
Yeah, just you love his multifaceted offensive game. Karl Anthony Towns is another one who...
Isn't he amazing?
I mean, just...
A couple Kentucky guys, too, by the way.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah.
They certainly are coming out of there fast and furious.
They are.
I'll tell you one guy I'm intrigued by. What do you think the ceiling of Andrew Wiggins is?
With that length, his jumping ability, I think he's very coachable.
Yes, no doubt.
Played at Kansas the 1 year, which I think was a great entree into the league. I wonder if the call of Canada is too strong for him to ignore someday down the road.
I'll tell you that. Toronto's a team that has had a lot of defections of free agents.
Yes, they have.
With all these Canadians, does that become a destination?
Well, Tristan Thompson, and you've got Wiggins. I mean, guys, big-name players that could go back home. Top of the key, Aldridge. Now Rush. Levine up top, guarded by Harris. Feeds to Dunn. From deep. That one, no good. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Passes it to Finney-Smith. Guarded by Levine. The pass to Finney-Smith. Here's the screen. Harris with it. Now guarded by Dunn. Offensive rebound. Here's measuring. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Well, with teams making their playoff push, you know, parity between the teams is the biggest goal of all the leagues. The NBA more than tripling revenue share. The little guys are in much better position now than they were a few years ago, and maybe even more competitive now than they were a couple years ago.
That would have been like investing in Kevin Harlan's stock 20 years ago.
You'd be on the streets. You'd be in trouble.
I do think as a professional organization, and this is where the NFL has mastered things, right? Everybody should have an opportunity to win your championship, and I think that's the beauty of the NBA. Every decision they make is trying to line up the ducks so that everybody is equally positioned to have a chance to win.
It can't be done overnight,
no.
And it really is a reflection maybe more on the front office than on the play of the court. It's who you've got on your team.
Kevin, I'm a big believer in this. Not only should we show the head coach's record, let's show the GM's record.
I like that. Now here is Harris. The dish to Bogut. Dallas moving it around. Out to the right wing. And Zach LaVine gets the whistle that time. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we will head to the line for 2. The first one falls. Well, the league is always looking, Doris, into every possible angle to make precise calls, to give it more precision, more efficiency, more validity. What do you think about some automated assistance for officials?
You know, I'm not sure about this one. What I would say is when we go to the replay center, if it's sort of a small call, out of bounds at the end of game, whatever the case may be, I would like to see those officials back in the replay center make that call, communicate it, and let's move on. I think the pace of play would be helped.
They've almost perfected, though, the time it takes to put it up in front of the officials at the game and the view from the center in Secaucus.
They've done a really good job, and again, a case in point where the NBA is proactive trying to improve the game.
Yeah, it's the best of all professional leagues, I think.
No question.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. He kicks it to Aldridge. They set the pick. Back to Levine. He feeds it to Aldridge. And rush kicks to Bielitsa. Oh, that's blocked.
Powell is exceptional at timing for blocks, rises up and sends it back.
Pass to Bogut. The feed now to Powell. Shoots from the elbow. That one rolling around and rims out.
And he has slipped into a funk. You can see the confidence is shaken.
Confidence, he's lacking poise, he's forcing things that aren't there, he's just taking shots out of rhythm.
Back to Levine. Takes the three. Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession. Dallas has gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. There's a minute 34 left in the fourth. Pass to Powell. Guarded by Levine. Just 5 on the clock. Finney-Smith passes to Bogut. Hits the front of the rim and out. And for the Timberwolves, they're shooting at 50% in a decent groove.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Timberwolves.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And it'll advance their win total up to 12 on the season.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight. A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah, I really liked his efficiency. A lot of effort expended to get quality looks, and he made them pay offensively all night long.
For 3, Levine. Again, Levine missing. Harris outside. Bogut sets a screen for Harris. And Brandon Rush gets the whistle that time. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2. And that one misses. He hits the second from the line. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And that'll do it, folks. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And now to our good friend Ernie Johnson, who is standing by in the studio.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. Now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, Karl Anthony Towns.
He had the scorer's mentality tonight. Yeah, I think his coach knew it. His teammates knew it, and the fans even knew it. More than once, they gave him the rock and just simply got out of his way. Obviously, it worked for them tonight.
Interesting that he would be the guy to come rescue the team. But hey, someone had to put a stop to their losing streak. I'll be honest, I did not think it would be him, Ernie. I owe you an apology, sir. Sir, I apologize.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Kenny Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, for Kevin Harlan, and for the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. I hope you have a wonderful, even beyond wonderful, a spectacular, just great. I mean, see you.
Good night.